Okay, the next topic that we are going to look at is how to add groups. So adding a group is how you're going to create specific classes on Edmodo. You're going to notice here under the Groups tab, I have a number of different groups. This is what yours is going to look like, only in place of all these varied groups that I have, you're going to have your individual classes. So very quickly, let's just make sure that you've logged into Edmodo and then click on the Home button up here just to make sure that you're on your home screen. So again, in order to add classes in, we need to create groups for each of those classes. So in this group box, we're going to click on this plus sign right here, and we're going to click to create. Now you're being prompted to name your group. My suggestion is that you name your group based on both the period that you see that group and the name of the class. So for example, you might want to say period 1 honors biology. You might also, want to name it with the name of the class first. Academic English, period 3. However you want to do it, but just make sure that you're naming each of your classes the same way. It'll just make your life a little bit easier. Once you have named the class, you're going to select a grade. So depending on the general grade of the students that you see, you'll select a grade. Or if you typically see students from all of the grades, you can select a range here, grades 9 through 12. So just depending on what is relevant to your class. Then obviously you will select a subject area that best fits and just continue to follow the prompts. Once you've filled in all of these fields, go ahead and hit create. One more screen for you. You have to fill out the expected group size. Again, kind of just an approximation. And then if you want to describe your group, you can. You don't have to. If you do want to describe your group, maybe here you might want to put if you have like a course overview or a course description on your syllabus. But again, you don't have to put anything in here. And once you've finished here, you'll go ahead and click on finished. Once you have finished, you will notice that you're now in the new group that you've created. And you'll notice here it's giving you instructions to invite your students. So it's great that you have a class, but right now you're going to be the only member of that class, so you need some students in it. So you'll notice in two places, right here and right here, is the group code that the students can use to join your class. I've gone ahead and inside the PLC group that you've all joined, I have a folder called resources, and in that folder, I have instructions that you can give out to your students. It's ready to go. If you just give them the instructions that I've created and their class group code, they will be able to register. And let me just quickly show you where that is located. There's a number of subgroups, but inside each of the subgroups, I have a folder called resources. And here's the doc for student registration, so you can download this for your students. One more, or actually a few more things we'll look at with the groups is once you've created all your groups, so again, you're going to kind of go through and create a group for every class period that you teach. Once you've created your groups is where you can begin adding your information. I just want to show you this feature right here. I call this the little wheel icon. If you click on that, you have a few prompts. One being the group settings, which is important to note. Inside this group setting, you can make a few changes. You can change the name of it. You can change like the selections that you made when you were setting up the class. This feature right here, moderate all posts and replies. If you are going to be having your students reply to discussion threads, you might want to look at it first. If this is not checked, anything a student posts will be live immediately. If you check this off, you will receive an email or a notification having you look at it, and then it will give you the option if you want it posted or not posted. So that's something to note. Also, right here, if you've used Edmodo in the past and you have old classes, you don't want to delete them, but you can archive them. And so basically kind of like puts them away in the archives, makes a little folder out of it. Or if you created a group in error, for whatever reason, you can go ahead and delete the group. So I'm actually going to delete this one because, surprise, surprise, I don't teach academic English, period 3. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and delete the group. So just make sure that you follow all of these steps to create a group for each of your classes. So down here you should have basically your whole roster should be in here as different groups. So again, go to groups, plus sign, create, and then follow the prompts.